Hi. Hi, everybody. It's me, Maris, and kind of being on the sly over here just to see how the energy works. I'm doing readings over here at the Vintage Boho, my little mercantile shop that I share with my partner in crime, Cindy. And it's not really crime, my partner in healing. We both are on the same page. You know, she's a Reiki master too. She used to work with ill children that were ill. So I hope you liked everything you saw behind me. All right, so we are going to be using that that cool Foretell deck, the one that I did the weekend energy forecast with. I fell in love with these cards, so I think I'm going to be doing online readings with these cards all week. All right, tomorrow is my wedding anniversary. Me and Katox have been married now for 13 years, together forever, but you know how that is. All right, so I'm doing the weekly energy forecast, and what I have here, let me move my box just in case. I'm over here at the Vintage Boho Mercantile, and yeah, you can get ratings here with me. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's our secret. You can just text me and we can do a reading on a Saturday or a Sunday. So I've got one card out, and I'm just kind of asking, what do we need to know about for the week, this week coming in? We've had kind of like a crazy weekend, so let's take a look at that energy and see what we have going on for the week. And like I said, we're using the Foretell deck. Let me know how you like it. Comment something really cool below. And don't forget to love this video. And I definitely love you because you love me. But, you know, even if you didn't love me, I'd still love you anyway. Yeah. So, okay. So, I only have one card. So, show us what we need to know for this week coming up. Okay, there's that one sticking out. People ask, how do you determine? And I go, sometimes it'll be this card that sticks up and sticks up and sticks up. Sometimes it'll be a card that flies out of the deck. Sometimes it'll be like nothing at all happening on it, and I just have to kind of wing it, listen to it, see what it says. Sometimes it'll say, take the top card. There we go. And so I'm over here at the Vintage Boho today. This is my first time doing a reading here, and I'm kind of like, oh, is it going to be like, hey, Kayla, how are you? I was like, is it going to be like strong enough energy here, or am I picking up everybody's energy here? Hopefully not, but we are looking at the weekly energy forecast. Anything else left to say on that forecast? Okay, there's that one. Okay, don't go away. Kind of cool stuff behind me. Yeah, you like that tapestry. I like that tapestry too. I like the sun print on it, and then I kind of like that tie-dyed look. Looks really cool when you have it like that. So okay, alright, so I've got a handful of cards. I don't want to set those words, those are wet, so I'm going to reach over there and set those down. I was drinking a beer. Shh. Alright, so you ready to start looking at these cards? I'm ready to start looking at these cards. And we're going to start with the energy that is coming in. And looks like I've got to move that back a little bit. And you'll see here it says a major shift. So we are looking at a major shift in energy. And you know, the energy this weekend has been totally crazy. And it's kind of funny, and I'm not trying to play politics. It has nothing to do with politics. But I'm just going to say, I can always tell when there's something shady going on. Because I'll go into a really foul mood. And yesterday was probably one of the worst moods I had ever had. But here is my point, is that we are going into a major shift. In order for a major shift to happen, we have to have a catalyst for change. And, you know, that White House Correspondents' Dinner, that was a catalyst for change. So that's what we're looking at in here, is that we are going to go through a major shift in energy. Major shift. Okay, now the next card is going to be what our obstacle is. And the obstacle right here we see, and he's kind of cute though, is argument. It is an argument. So we're going to have a lot of people talking shish back and forth to each other, and that's what I'm picking up on here. That argument energy, it's going to be people that are going to be very short fused and I'm just going to say, ready to trip out. Yeah, they're going to be ready to trip out. So, those of you that are in the magical realm, we know that we're going to probably have our black tourmaline, a blue kyanite, maybe a white selenite in our front right pocket, because that's what we want to demonstrate. And if we're really into the crystals and energy and frequency and healing, we'll also have one in our left front pocket, or both sides of the girls if you put them in your bra like I do. Yeah, I put crystals in my bra all the time. So right now we know that we're going to have a major shift in energy, and then what's going to occur with that is people are going to be talking nonsense with each other. They're going to be trying to start a lot of arguments and a lot of fire going on. So those of us that are in that mystic realm, we know that we're probably going to manage our P's and Q's and not be saying silly, trippy stuff to each other. Now, here is our help card, and I like the help cards. Help cards kind of help put us back into a perspective, and we're seeing a distant journey. And this is talking about kind of going outside of our, what do I call it, our safe spot? Going outside of our comfort zone. So this distant journey is going to be taking us outside of our comfort zone. Now we know that argumentative people and argument are, kind of like high energy, high negative energy is playing a role in the obstacle, but being able to step outside of our comfort zone is going to be our help. And you know what? This week we're going to need all the help we can get. I'm like, do I have Graves' disease? I keep like opening up my eyes really wide, and I think it's because I don't want you to see my hoods, right? But I was like, I do not have Graves' disease. All right, so what do we got going to help us through this week? What are we going to have to help us? And we've got right over here in a higher plan. And I'm just going to say it like this. When I'm looking at that card, it's like I have my spirit guides, my big J, big G, all of the guides, the Holy Spirit, everybody looking at me and going, girl, we got your back. Girl, we got everybody's back here, because you know what? We're standing here, we're watching this energy, we're seeing it unfold. It needs to unfold for a particular reason, even though I don't understand that reason. You may not understand that reason, but universe, our guides or whatever saying, guess what? We have your back. Yeah. So your guides have your back this week. Even though it's going to be, what's the word, tumultuous? They're tumultuous with it. A lot of turmoil going on and etc. Universe has your back. They're going to be taking care of you and kind of keeping that on the down low. All right. And where else are we going with this? And I like this because it says we got some smooth sailing. So even though the waters are going to be really, really, really rocky right now, and full of a lot of animosity, people talking crazy to each other, people being rude to each other, once we get over that initial hump, we are going to be in a place of smooth sailing. Things will work out very well, very fine. Now, I'm going to say this. When I looked at that family tree, I'm going to say that this is going to be a week that we are going to be breaking down some barriers between our, from ourselves to people in our family, especially those that we have been having rocky times with. And you're like, how do you get that? And I'm like, because we're getting over the turmoil and it goes into smooth sailing. So if there's somebody in your family, in your close circle, so if you're like, all my family lives in California, all I have is what's here. So if you've been on the outs with what I'm going to call my posse, the people that I have in my circle, if you've been having issues with people that were in your circle, those issues will be resolved this week. Those issues will be resolved this week. Mark my words on that. These issues will be resolved this week. I like that energy. I like that vibe. And it's bringing us closer together. Now, the end of the reading, so what's our final outcome, is long road ahead. And I'm like, okay, so this is just the beginning. We're going in 5 million different directions, and we're going to be doing 5 million different things. Oh, it's 3. We're going in 5 million different directions. However, we're on the right path. We are on the right path. It's just not going to be what I would call easy. There's going to be some work that is going to be coming in from your perspective that you need to put that energy towards. But the good stuff's coming. Light is at the end of the path, and we're going to be going into a really great, fantastic place. So I hope you enjoyed the weekly energy forecast. My name is Maris, and I am from Oklahoma Healing Connection and the Vintage Boho Mercantile. And that's where we did our reading today, from the Vintage Boho. So peace, love, and harmony. I hope to see you very soon. If not in my studio, then come see me at the Vintage Boho. I'd love to meet you, and please make sure you come in and say hey. Bye.